Hi, I'm Shira, and I'm here to talk about how to read a yarn label. Now, there's a lot of information on these yarn labels, but I'm here to break it all down for you. So the next time you go into the store and you're trying to figure out information like fiber content or the weight of the yarn, yardage, or needle size or hook size, you're going to be a pro. So as you can see here, I have 3 different types of yarn. They all have different fiber content, different yardages, and they're all different weights. But I'm going to take the time to show you how to find out that information on the label. So here I have Vanna's Choice. This is a worsted weight yarn, which means it's a 4 weight. So the way I find out about that information is we have this illustration of a yarn ball right here with a number 4. And if I go to Homespun, you can see that right here we have the same illustration with a number 5. And then if I go to Woolies Thick and Quick, I have the same illustration with a number 6. When shopping for yarns and for the pattern that you're going to be making, it will always recommend a certain weight of yarn. For your information, the weights range from 0 to 7, and the smaller the number, the finer the yarn. In looking at Vanna's Choice, you can see that there's more information on the label along with its weight size. There's a part where it talks about its fiber content, where it says 100% acrylic. All different yarns are going to have different fiber contents. It just so happens that Homespun and Vanna's Choice are both 100% acrylic, but right here, Woolies Thick and Quick is 20% wool and 80% acrylic. Fiber content in a yarn is very important because of 3 things. 1, if you're allergic to any of the fibers in the yarn, knowing where to find that information is super important. Also, when making for a baby or a younger child, you might not want to be using a 100% wool, especially for care instructions, and it might be a little itchy on their skin. And another reason, when you're making seasonal items like something for summer, maybe your go-to yarn shouldn't be a 100% wool, maybe a cotton or a cotton and acrylic blend. Continuing to look at the label, if you notice here, there are 2 knitting needles and a crochet hook. Above that is the recommended needle or crochet hook size. Now, the most important thing is what I just said, recommended. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to use a size 9 needle or a size J10 hook. That is what is recommended, and it might be a good starting point for you and something to help gauge yourself when you're picking out your needle or crochet hook.
In order to buy the right amount of yarn for your project, it's important to be able to identify the yardage of your yarn. Here on the label, we can see that Vanna's Choice is 170 yards, or 156 meters.
On your yarn label, you're going to find your care instructions for how to take care of your garment when you're finally finished. Here on this label, you find the care symbols, and you can see here that it's machine washable and dryable. For more information about our care symbols on all of our yarns, you can go to lionbrand.com, and the information will be there.
If you're buying multiple balls of yarn for a project, you're going to want to make sure you have the same dye lot. The dye lot can be found stamped here on the label. The yarn is dyed in different batches or dye lots, so yarn from different lots can be slightly different in their color.
Dye lots are important because you know that when you match your dye lots, your garment or pattern will end up being the same color throughout. Now that you know how to read a yarn label, you'll have a world of information at your fingertips.